Imagine learning that a U.S. military operation was once named after a lumberjack and involves an act so controversial it nearly started World War III. Or that in the early 1900s, an entire neighborhood in Boston was nearly destroyed by a tsunami of molasses. These aren't myths. They're not sci-fi, they're real. Welcome to the weirdest, most twisted, and utterly unbelievable moments in history, all true, all forgotten. The dancing plague of 1518, a woman in Strasbourg began dancing and couldn't stop. Days turned to weeks. Soon, dozens joined her, some even danced to death. No one could explain it. Doctors thought it was overheating blood. Clergy said it was a curse. The city brought in musicians. The city's solution, more music, and so they danced to death. Operation Paul Bunyan in 1976 to U.S. Officers were killed over a tree in the Korean DMZ. The U.S. response was absurd. Operation Paul Bunyan. Helicopters, troops, B-52s, all mobilized, not for war, but to chop down a tree. It was military theater, a show of strength. And somehow it worked. The Great Molasses Flood, Boston, 1919. A storage tank holding 2 million gallons of molasses exploded. The wave moved through the city at 35 miles per hour. Buildings buckled, horses drowned, streets ran thick with syrup. It sounds like a cartoon, but it killed 21 people, and the smell lingered for decades. The brazen bull, ancient Greece. A tyrant wanted a new way to execute enemies. So an inventor built the brazen bull, a bronze statue designed to roast victims alive. Screams echoed through pipes, transformed to sound like a bellowing beast. Justice, they said, theater in truth. The inventor thrown in first. The Cadaver Synod, Rome, 897 AD. A dead pope was dug up, dressed in robes, and put on trial. The rotting body sat on a throne as a living pope screamed accusations. When found guilty, they chopped off his fingers and tossed him in the river. Yes, this happened. Project Tenere. Want to hear about the forgotten U.S. military plan to win World War II using bats? The U.S. developed a plan to win the war. With bats, each bat carried a tiny incendiary bomb. Released at dawn, they'd roost in enemy buildings, then explode. It actually worked. But the project was scrapped for something faster, the atomic bomb. The Emu War, 1932. Australia declared war on emus and lost. The army was sent in. With machine guns, the birds outran them, outflanked them. Survived wave after wave, the military retreated. It was a war and the emus won. Elmer McCurdy, the carnival corpse. After a failed robbery, Elmer McCurdy was embalmed and displayed in a funeral home. Then sold to a carnival, then another. For decades, his body toured the country as a prop. No one knew it was real until 1976, when a piece of his arm broke off on a film set. MK Ultra in secret labs, the CIA experimented on civilians without their consent. LSD, electroshock, mind control. They wanted to build the perfect spy. Instead, they broke lives. Records were burned. But some survived to tell the story. The gunpowder plot. Guy Fawkes. A name remembered every November, but the plot was very real. 36 barrels of gunpowder beneath Parliament. A plan to destroy the government and restore a Catholic monarchy. It failed, but the fuse had already been lit. On a legacy. The Glass King, Charles VI of France, believed he was made of glass. He refused to be touched, reinforced his clothing with iron bars. He wasn't mad from birth, but broken by pressure, by politics, by betrayal. The line between madness and monarchy was thin. The goat mayor, Lehidas, Texas, population, tiny. Mayor, a goat, not a joke, a real goat. He drank beer, headbutted tourists, won elections unopposed, and somehow united the town. People loved him. His only scandal, drinking too much on duty. These stories sound impossible, but they're true. History isn't just kings and wars. It's weird, it's wild, it's full of madness. So next time someone says history is boring, show them this. Subscribe for more truths too strange to be fiction.